If I'm being real with you guys, when growing up, I was sold a dream that women were always good people who could be trusted and they would never lie or try to hurt someone. And I'm ashamed to say that I actually believed in that BS even when I was confronted with evidence that it wasn't true, and in fact, they lied even more than men just because they don't want to hurt other people's feelings or put themselves in harm's way. And it took me a very long time to understand that XXs are not good people and would do more evil and harm to you than good. And we see this every day with women dragging hard-working men through the judicial system and blatantly lying on that man just to get what she wants out of the situation. Whether it's to teach you a lesson, take away what you worked hard for because she believes she is entitled to it, or see you behind bars because of how dark and murky her heart is, that is what men have to face. Now, I'm aware that men do the same and screw over other men and women, and we all lie. I know that, but at least men get to feel the consequences of their actions if they are found to be lying or trying to put someone's life in jeopardy. Society will come down with hellfire and brimstone on that man and make sure he pays. But for women, most times they get a slap on the wrist compared to what the man would have gotten had they committed the same crime, and that's a fact in American society. We often are too lenient to punish women for their crimes and misdemeanors. As such, it's pretty obvious that women end up abusing their rights in the judicial system and the court of public opinion because they know that they'll get away with it in most cases, or at the very least avoid harsh punishment. None of you can say that this is hate or I'm lying because all you have to do is go on social media and the evidence will be right there. But we tend to put blinders on and ignore all the evidence we see to continue believing the lies we've been fed. The point of this video is not to hate or continue the cycle of RP rage because you want to understand them, so you know how to protect yourself. However, I will not act as if what they do is to be downplayed. Just like how we hold men accountable, the same goes for modern XXs, and the cold truth is these people are flat out evil and disgusting more often than not. And as such, always assume that everything that comes out of their mouth is a lie until their actions can back it up or you've seen undeniable evidence that proves that they are being truthful. Never forget that, gents. This is not about having RP rage or hating them. That's not what I'm saying. When I look objectively at what they do to themselves, the people around them, and what they put men through to survive, it is undoubtedly that these XXs of today are evil. Hands down, I don't care what anybody says. There is too much evidence to prove that. And the things they do to men, if the script was flipped and men did the same, we would all agree that men were evil, so I'm taking my stance on this one. For example, we all know that XXs lie about paternity all the time, so much so that Jamaica has the highest paternity fraud in the world. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself. A woman will cheat and lie to a man that the kid was his, and for decades that man will sacrifice and take care of her and the kid that isn't his. Only for something to happen and he learns the truth, or he goes to the shadow realm without ever knowing the truth. Don't you see that as evil? Or you simply don't care because it hasn't happened to you. The worst part is that society doesn't even punish the woman for doing this. In some cases, the man still has to pay child support for a kid that isn't his after it was found that she lied and all because she told one lie. It cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and you're just supposed to pay and suck it up. How am I supposed to look at that and not come to the conclusion that XXs are evil? If a man did something close to that, he'd be thrown into the gully, his reputation tarnished, and the court of public opinion scorning him for the rest of his life. But we give women a pass and still find some way to blame the man when she was the one who lied, tricked him, made him support a kid that wasn't his for years and wrecked the family all for her selfish gain. If you guys want to say that this is RP rage and I'm bitter and hurt, then go ahead. But if it happens to you, I would love to hear your response now that the shoe is on the other foot. Talking about what men do to XXs makes no sense because men get held accountable, and we already acknowledged in society that men can be wicked and dangerous, so it is what it is. But at least we don't purposefully destroy people's lives for selfish gain at the rate that they do it. If you take a look at single motherhood and its long-lasting effects on society, it is clear that many of the problems with young men and young women today stem from women mainly kicking fathers out of the home and lying to get child support. Men's evils, like deleting other people and stealing, can be traced back to a fatherless home more often than not. The truth is this: most fathers don't just abandon a child because he was a no-good ninja. That's not true in most cases, but for some it's true. Instead, women are incentivized to lie and get the father out of the home and the kid's life. And this is where they will screw up the father's and the kid's life and go as far as to lie to the kid that the father abandoned them and turn the kid against the father, letting the kid live in poverty and struggle to prove a point or get benefits from the state. If she had just humbled herself and stuck with that man, the kid, and she would have been in a better situation. But because she is so selfish and destructive, she would rather blow up the family, cripple the man's finances, and go into struggle to do it on her own. Then when it doesn't go according to her plan and the child grows up into a gangbanger, and she can't control the kid, or there are no benefits to collect because the kid is of age and doing the same evil and criminal deed that they blame men for, she'll then reach out to you for you to try and fix the kid. How is that not evil? I've never heard of men doing ish like that on a large scale. And statistically, the men who assault women and help to tear down society came from homes without a father. And let's say the father was a no-good ninja and he left. Do you think she didn't know that he had the tendency to not want to take care of the kid? But women get pregnant to try and keep men all the time. So if we are going to hold men accountable, the same goes for the women who are choosing to open their legs to men who are not father material. Every woman knows a man who will care for her and her child. My evidence is that they have no problems choosing good stepfathers to care for her and the kid. She'll decide to procreate with a bum but choose a good stepfather to play the role of the father figure. Am I lying, gents? You see it play out in real time every day in front of your eyes. But the truth is this, they don't want good men. Start accepting that, gents. There is too much evidence to show that those good men are only valued after her plan fails and she needs someone to fix her life. Am I still just bitter and hurt? Another lie they tell that wrecks men's lives is seen in the marriage vows. Women overwhelmingly file for divorce and destroy their families, and I believe there is no country on earth where men file for divorce more than women, so that alone tells a story that women do not honor the marriage vows at all. I don't see the majority of women staying with their husbands for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, and certainly not until death do us part. So getting married to a woman, you should automatically know that whatever she said leading up to you proposing and consummating the marriage is a lie. She just told you what you wanted to hear so she could get the ring, especially if she's an older woman. And when she gets tired of the marriage for good or selfish reasons and files for divorce, the lies that will come out of her mouth to keep the kid away from the man and extract his resources will shock you to the core. So much so that men who have gotten divorced oftentimes can't even remember sleeping with the woman and having a child with her. Men who have gotten divorced will tell you that you won't know the woman until you see her in divorce court. This is where you will see the devil come out of her because she feels that she is entitled to whatever you have, and she has no problem lying tooth and nail to bring you down and take all of your resources and the children. This is who these people are. Nothing will change them because that's their nature. They always prioritize themselves over the man and the kids in most cases, and society has no problem because the family courts benefit from them destroying their men and kids' lives. Even a crackhead mom will get primary custody of the kid over a stable father damn near all the time. But let the man be the one on crack, and he will never get primary custody because there's no monetary benefit in it for the courts. So this allows XXs to lie, destroy their families, and put the kid through struggle, and nothing will change that anytime soon. So beware of modern women and understand they have no problem lying to get what they want, even if it means sacrificing you and your children. So never believe a word they say until they can prove it to be true. Tap the like button and share the video with a man that needs to hear this message. The links to our PayPal and Cash App are in the description box below if you want to donate to the channel. And if you have any stories to share regarding women in success, the link to our email is also in the description box. Remember, gents, always assume what comes out of their mouth is a lie until proven true.